Hi and welcome to Mounjaro Monday. In this episode I want to mainly focus on some of the new information that I've gained or some of my new understanding on everything related to how to actually inject. I've done a couple of videos showing me injecting, but I got a few comments in one of my other videos recently about the fact that a lot of people are still nervous about it. A lot of people still not seen enough on the actual physical injection part. So I want to show that, but also some things that I've picked up based on my concerns about how much fat I have, etc. So I'm going to talk about that. Firstly, an update. I finally received my DEXA scan results. I'm just going through those and I will produce a video where I'm going to break down the results, talk about what it means, talk about what it's telling me, and also talk about how that changes my plans going forward. So if you're not subscribed and you want to see those results, remember, hit the subscribe button. Secondly, I've been developing a bit of a tool. One of the most common questions I get asked, no matter how many times I explain the process, is if I want to take this dose from this pen, how many clicks would it be? So I've been developing a tool. It's almost ready, otherwise I would have showed it to you now. Here's a screenshot of it. I'm within the next couple of days it'll be finished and I'll do a short video talking about it. Broadly speaking, it'll allow you to just click on a link in one of my videos and take you to a calculator where you can put in the numbers you want, press a button and it'll tell you. I've also added functionality for dosing frequency so that you can work out how much in Mounjaro will be in your system, how long your pen will last, for example. So look out for that in the next couple of days. And lastly, mainly because I saw some other creators doing it, I've added a buy me a coffee link for anyone who feels that my content is useful enough for you to maybe drop a little support my way. Every little helps. I've been thinking about the channel and I'm looking at the possibility of increasing the amount of time I spend on the channel to try and make it a little bit more proactively helpful. I may even in the future be looking at the potential of doing some one-to-one coaching for anyone that might be interested in that. More on that much later. But if you feel that you'd like to buy me a coffee, so to speak, I'm going to start putting the link in the description of my videos. On to the subject of this video. Pens, syringes. I think everyone's happy, everyone's okay with the process of how to load the pen, get the pen ready to go. If you've not, I'll put in the description, I'll put my most up-to-date overall pen video and it talks about the process there. But the actual process of injecting, I get a lot of different views on what that is. When I started on Mounjaro, I had plenty of fat. I didn't even think about it. I just grabbed a bit and stuck it in. But as I've been losing weight, I've been wondering what happens once I start losing a lot of subcutaneous fat. And I guess I got a bit bent out of shape, worried about the fact that I might inject into muscle. And if you saw my video a few weeks ago, I was so concerned about it, I kind of screwed up an injection and I don't think I injected far enough. But I've been doing some looking into it. I've been taking some of your comments into consideration, and this is what I've come up with. This is what I find to be the most common approach to injecting. And I'll talk you through it, but then I'll show you a video of me actually doing it. So it seems to be, there's a lot of debate about to pinch or not to pinch. What I've found as I've looked into this is that whilst you've got tons of fat, there's no need to pinch. Just stick the pen straight in at 90 degrees to the surface and inject. And that would be the same with the syringes as well, depending on how long the needle is. I'm now using 6mm needles. So if you're using a 6mm needle, that's close enough to what you're likely to be using on your quick pen to not make a difference. But it seems to be an indication that as you lose subcutaneous fat, there may be a required to pinch. And pinching seems to be there seems to be a lot of discussion around pinching. All I can find is don't pinch too hard. You're basically just pinching slightly just to bunch some of the fat together, and again, injecting straight in, injecting slowly. I try to count for a 5 count as I inject, and then hold for a 5 count before you take it out. And you're pressing for the 5 count. My understanding is the reason you're pressing is as you keep up pressure and during the 5 count, it reduces the chances that any fluid will go back into the pen. And obviously if fluid goes back into the pen, you run the risk of contaminating the contents. If you have a tiny amount of subcutaneous fat, and it seems to be a tiny, almost at the stage you'd be able to see 6 packs, then there may be a requirement to inject at a slight angle. 45 degrees seems to be the indication. It wouldn't change how you pinch. Slight pinch, slight angle, and that would be more likely to be if you were using a syringe with a slightly longer needle. My plan now, as I get to the stage where I may end up with a less subcutaneous fat, is I'll probably change my pen needles from 5mm to 4mm. There seems to be no chance that anyone's going to have less than 4mm of subcutaneous fat and still be taking Mounjaro. The other thing that has been a lot of discussion in my comments is to wipe or not to wipe. I was convinced, since I've been taking Mounjaro 40 odd injections, that I'd read the instructions as use the alcohol wipe to wipe the grommet at the end of the pen and the skin before and after injection. And someone in one of my recent videos had said you shouldn't be wiping, or you don't. I'm not quite sure if it's you don't need to or you shouldn't, but when I went back to the pen instructions, right enough, it doesn't mention using the alcohol wipes on your skin. The alcohol wipes are definitely for cleaning the end, the little grommet that you put your needle into. You don't need to wipe before or after. And a lot of comments I've had from a lot of people say that not only do you not need to, there's an indication that if you do wipe before and after, the chances are the alcohol is going to dry your skin and actually make it more likely that your injections will either hurt or maybe even the pen will find it difficult to puncture the skin. So I've changed my process, and I'm going to show you the process just now. Let's just go over this again. I've been over this a few times, but I have done some looking into it, and turns out I've been doing things slightly wrong. So the wipes, it turns out, are only for cleaning the end of this thing. They're not for your skin at all. I reread, after one of the comments I got from one of my viewers, I reread the instructions, and the instructions clearly state to use the wipe to wipe that. And don't say anything about wiping your skin. And what it does say is if there's any blood, to use a cotton bud. So all this times I've been wiping before and after. I needn't have been. Then taking the pen, the needle rather, and carefully. I think a lot of people don't take much care here. It needs to be going straight on because it's really easy to bend this needle. It's so fine. So you want it to go straight on. Turn, turn, turn. Pull. It didn't seem to turn very well. And then you want to get rid of any prime with one click. And you're looking for a little bit of, there you go. And then I'm taking, forget what I'm taking, damn it, hold on.
A few moments later.
Yeah, I'm taking 40 clicks, can't remember if I put a mark here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I did. So, and I can just inject with this. Let me just move this camera. Okay, so back on. So this is the thing I was talking about in my previous video. I was concerned. And one of the things is, if I just relax everything, there is a lot to grab. You can see both, it's a lot here. But if I tense my abdominals, there's actually this very, very close here. Now, obviously, it's more than 5 mil. I was concerned about nothing. So where I am with injecting now, having done a lot of research looking into it, I look at, if I could go from right, I only inject around here. I divide the belly button area into 6 zones. Top left, middle left, bottom left, top right, middle right, bottom right. So that's a lot of area. I'm not concerned about injecting in the same place. And I saw someone talking about the reverse pinch, they've called it. Well, I think you're doing that and injecting. I don't really want to do that. So what I'm doing now is I'm doing a slight pinch. I'm not grabbing this. You can see it's just a mild pinch. And then what I'm doing is injecting straight in. You can't really see. So I'm going straight in. I think with some syringes you might want to go in at a slight angle, but as I say, when I look into it, the recommendation seems to be slight pinch, straight in. So that's what I've been doing. And I'm going top here and straight in, and then push slowly. And then count to 5. And that's it. So that's how I inject. And then obviously I'll take this off. Put it in my sharps box. And I also, although this is not asked for, I wipe this again. I'm particularly focused on trying to keep this clean because I'm using the pen more than the recommended. So that's it. So there you have it. Slight pinch, straight in. I'm only injecting in the belly. This is only for belly. I don't know anything about injecting into legs or back of the arms. I only do that area around my belly. It's the biggest area to focus on. And about 2 inches from your belly button, around either side, top, middle, bottom, is plenty of area to keep injecting. And straight in, and I'm going to be doing the same with my syringes when it gets to syringe, now that I've got 6mm syringes. If you have any experience of this and you think that the way I'm doing it is wrong, then please let me know in the comments. Let me know how you've been injecting. Let me know if you've had any problems with injecting. Also, in the video description, I'll have all my affiliate links, which will include links to various size pens. I still have the Amazon links, mainly because I've gone back to using the Amazon ones. There are links there to get them from a medical supply place. I didn't like the 32 gram ones. I found that every time I tried to use them, I felt the needle was going to bend. So I've gone back to the 31 gram 6mm ones that I got on Amazon. But all the links will be in there, including replacement pen needles from Chem for You. So again, if you find this stuff useful, then don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions or any comments, let me know in the comments, and look out for a video coming in the next couple of days with that handy dandy click count calculator coming soon. Thanks for watching.